Hello, hello, hello. It's Tuesday, and so the geeks are here. Today's the last Tuesday of the month of January, the longest month in the year. So we're going to have a usual end of month Q&A session where you call in with your problems and we will try our best to help you solve these problems, these tech-related problems. I stress, tech-related problems. So well, as usual, we have Winston Witcher.
Yeah, what's up?
What up, Winston?
Still trying to find money for Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. It's 25th, so if you're out there and you have free money, yeah, I will leave my account details with Joy FM.
At the front desk, eh?
Yes, and you can just deposit some funds
just
in
just
there.
write on the envelope for Winston's.
Yeah, I mean,
MWC.
we need to learn about 5G.
Yeah.
Which seems like a long dream for Ghana, but
Yeah.
it could happen just the end of this year. So we need to learn about
need
what's
to
going
learn,
on.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So that's what I'm doing now.
And we have someone who's been on a hiatus for a while, Mr. Kweku Anansi. Charlie, welcome back.
All right, boss.
How have you been?
Oh, cool.
Charlie, I've been seeing you doing some crazy things, building drones and stuff,
Yeah, I've
starting
been
your
quite busy.
own drone repairing and all that.
Exactly.
Kweku Anansi.
I need to come shoot wherever you are, but I know you want to go all ghost mode. So yeah.
Kweku Anansi will just leave here. We don't know where he is.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll
yo.
allow you.
Oh.
Yeah. Come on.
Okay. We'll
Did you
set
hear
a
that? He
date.
said he will allow you.
Yeah, which means that if he doesn't allow, it's never gonna
It's not-
happen.
dude, like, yo, the guy's a ghost. He's a ghost. Anyway, so if you're listening to us, the show's Geek Squad and it's Joy 99.7 FM. You can send us your messages on 0244340437, or you can write on our Facebook live stream. We're on Facebook at Joy 997 FM. On Twitter is at Joy 997 FM. So Facebook, you can drop us a comment. You can tweet at us with the hashtag Joy Geek Squad, and you can call us 0302-216-541. So before we get into answering questions, something happened.
A lot has happened.
Yeah, a lot has happened, but something really happened. Before that, it's Data Privacy Week.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. That's splendid.
Yeah. It's great. People don't know about data protection and data privacy and all that. And they don't know we have a data protection commission in this country.
Yes.
Like today I was speaking to some people and they're like, yo, so what happens when my data is misused? Because I've heard that, elsewhere in other countries they're suing and all
yes.
that. Like, yeah, well, we have a data protection commission in Ghana too. Now I'm looking forward to the day when a company in Ghana
Messes up.
messes up with someone's data, and I'm going straight to the Data Protection Commission. I'm going to be like, these people
To be honest,
Those
Spikey,
people-
you and I know
that.
that there are several, and quick one answer. We know that there are several companies that,
Yeah, so
if we decided to take a very good look at them, are failing badly with data protection.
I put it to you
I mean, I've
to do it.
I've put something across to you.
I know you do.
Yeah.
We will explore those options.
Yes.
So, and hot on the heels of this Data Protection Week, one company unfortunately fell victim to something, an exploit,
A bug.
a bug.
Yeah. Very.
Oh yeah, it was a bug.
Yeah.
So a bug that allowed what exactly?
So, if you didn't know what it was from the best company in the world, Apple, which is having a very rough time these past few months. So with FaceTime, they introduced group FaceTime.
Yeah.
So now there's this bug on FaceTime that allows you to hear what the person you are calling is doing without the person answering the call.
So imagine that you're calling me and I'm like, Winston, crap. He's coming to ask me for money again. Meanwhile, Winston is hearing that.
Yeah, so I can hear you.
Charlie.
Hot.
Basically, how this works is that when you call the person, you call yourself too
Yeah.
to attempt like a group call. So you calling yourself fools the system into thinking that there's an active call going on, and then opens the person's mic. It's like open mic.
Yeah. Oh, the sealer just walked in.
Yeah, I mean, right on cue, like mic,
Yeah, and his name, yeah.
open mic, like mic.
Yeah.
It's done.
How was the ceiling?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It was wonderful.
So, when we used to do literature, we had enter, then you mention the character. So enter Michael Clark. Sorry, Michael Ajite. I almost said Michael Clarkson because you sometimes confuse me for Jeremy Clarkson from Top Gear and Grand Tour fame.
Maybe it's the height.
It could
And
be.
probably the crooked legs.
Oh wow, Spikey.
Yeah.
No, you don't have crooked legs.
I mean, there was something else, which is the pod's belly parts. I mean, we don't
The
need
what?
to- nothing. Nah, it's not important.
What else is happening in the tech space?
My 6-pack. That's what's happening.
In the tech space.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
I'm downloading one. Watch this space.
The tech space. I mean, oh yes, new news from Samsung dropping the Galaxy M,
Yeah.
which is M stands for millennials, and the price range is amazing. The highest range one, which is the M20,
Mhm.
which has been released so far. There's supposed to be an M30, but there's been no news on the M30. But the M20, the highest version, which is 4 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of storage space,
Mhm.
comes to a very incredible price of $189.
That is very cheap.
That
What
is,
kind of chipset is it using?
it's using an Exynos, the sixth. I've forgotten the full spec, but it's using an Exynos. It's not using a Snapdragon. But the thing about the Exynos is that it has good single core performances.
Performance,
Yeah, so
But
the average user would be very, very fine.
pleased with it.
Yeah.
You know, the problem a lot of people have when they buy these budget phones is storage. A lot of people buy them with 8 gigs of,
Storage.
internal storage.
Yeah.
And halfway along the line, they run out of storage and problems.
Well, I think the interesting thing about that is if you're making a budget phone, but you give the budget phone a very good camera, I feel like you are obliged to give them bigger space, because if
Yeah.
you have a good camera, people will be inclined to take more photos,
pictures
and that's
and
when you get more space being taken. But I mean, it's using the Infinity V. Yeah, that's what it's called,
Yeah,
and it looks good. It looks
it's still a notch.
yeah, but yeah,
A lot of
it's
people
alright.
still don't know what a notch is. We'll get to that. So if you're listening to us, it's the Q&A session on the Geek Squad on Joy FM. If you want to call us, it's 0302 216 541 0244 340437. I have Winston, I have Michael, I have Pandora, and I have the almighty Kwekwanansi up in here. And we'll be taking your questions, tech-related once again, tech-related questions. Until then, we'll be talking about tech. Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, merger. Now, how does this impact the Ghanaian user? I mean, elsewhere, people are really concerned about their data, privacy, their data being protected. And we know as stained as Facebook is, as dirty as they are right now from all those problems from last year.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you just spring this on us like, hey, we're merging Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp.
The only thing I have to say about that is Snapchat, you're doing a good job. Snapchat
But they're
has
dying.
Are
they're dying,
They
but
are dying.
they've managed to stay in the scope of the dream the creator had. If he had sold it at the time Facebook wanted to buy
Well,
it,
yeah.
we would have been having, I don't know what Snapchat would have been like, because we know what people use Snapchat for.
Obviously.
Yes, but I mean, what would happen to Snapchat if Facebook had bought Snapchat?
Wait,
Mm.
what do you do with Snapchat?
Oh, nothing. Just share photos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you did just say something. People were wondering.
Okay, so photos on Snapchat disappear within 24 hours.
So you can basically share anything incriminating.
Oh, I mean, I guess.
So 5G is not ready yet. I don't know why it requires too many attendants for it to work. And the fact that it can't go through obstacles means that it's not ready. I also think it will affect the health of humans and animals. I think we should stick with fiber for the meantime. That's Raymond from Tema. Raymond is saying 5G is not ready yet. So, y'all saying y'all want to go 5G. 5G is not ready yet.
That's 4G, really, if we're being very honest.
You
But
know,
anyway, speaking of 4G,
Mm.
Vodafone's coming out with 4G.
Yeah, soon.
Yeah,
Soon-ish.
soon.
before, but okay.
Ish.
Well, we don't
We're
know.
not,
man.
we're not, w-
Anytime between now
We are
and
not being
Jesus-
shameless plugs.
Anytime between now and Jesus comes.
please. Wow.
well, soon.
That's
I think it'll be
mean.
very soon. But seriously, I still think this whole WhatsApp and Facebook thing really, really needs to be looked at. Think about it this way. WhatsApp doesn't require you to sign up with your name or anything, just your phone number.
Just
Yes.
So they have your phone number with WhatsApp. Now, if they're able to connect you to Facebook and Instagram, they've got a complete profile of you.
But they've already done that. Viewers, listeners in this case, just so you remember.
And viewers.
Yeah, technically. Hello to the online viewers. Oh yeah, there's a camera. There you go. Anyway, so consider as well, a lot of major internet firms now are owned by either Google, especially when it comes to communications and chat. The biggest ones are owned by either Google or Facebook. Facebook own Facebook, obviously, and Facebook Messenger. Bought Instagram years ago, bought WhatsApp years ago. So all this data that you think they're now going to combine to get a full profile of you, they've done it long ago. So they have that full profile on you. Even recently, the 10 years trend that was going on, people were saying that, Facebook is going to use that data to analyze how you've grown over the years. Like, they don't need this. You don't need this challenge to see how much you've grown over the years, because we're feeding them that data from day one. And ever since they got their hands on Instagram and WhatsApp,
Much worse.
It got much worse.
Yes.
And I'm sure many viewers and listeners can testify to this thing as well, where you simply talk to a friend about something, and then when you open your Facebook, a recommendation is sitting right there that,
Yes.
This is what you mentioned.
this is what you
Hi.
mentioned. Hi, would you like to buy it? Like, yeah, you've been sold long ago. So now that they're about to combine the whole chat with WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, and Instagram, I personally am not looking forward to, because it's just going to make things incredibly irritating and annoying.
And cluttered.
Yes, I mean, I'm sure you can all imagine. You use your WhatsApp for a select
WhatsApp,
set of people. Use your Facebook for a select set of people. I mean,
Yeah.
everything is compartmentalized, and they are saying, okay, everything into one bucket.
But there's a
Like
reason you're
Nigerian
doing it,
jollof.
though. Oh, wow. Wow.
Nigerian
Like,
jollof?
how does that even tie in?
I have no idea. But there's a reason they are doing this, because Facebook is currently tanking.
Yes.
So many people want to jump ship on Facebook, but Instagram is growing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you make it one thing, you don't really get a
Where you
choice.
going? Like, where
Yeah,
are you going?
where
You're
are
just
you
running
going?
around in the same.
You don't
path.
get a
Same
choice.
thing, yes.
We rope you in regardless. So whether you have an Instagram only or a Facebook only or WhatsApp only, you have all of them.
Right. So we've got a caller on the line. That's Pascal on the line. Hello, Pascal.
Yeah,
Hi.
yeah. Pascal, I'm calling from Suhum.
Hi, Pascal from Suhum.
Yeah.
Welcome
I
to
want
the
to
show.
ask a question about Lineage OS. I don't know if you know anything about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been trying to install this on my phone for a while now, but anytime I try, I will install it, everything will work, but my network doesn't work. I don't know if you can tell me anything about it.
Sure. We'll answer that in a bit.
Okay.
Right. Thank you for calling, Pascal.
You're welcome.
Michael, why are you so excited?
Because Lineage OS is my thing.
Really?
Okay, so
yes,
go.
despite the fact that I do have an iPhone here.
Despite the fact that you use
You
an
use
iPhone,
an iPhone.
you do have an iPhone.
I'm currently
Constantly.
disabled, just so you all know.
You-
I know I'm missing one of my legs, one of my mobile legs. I'm currently using a crutch. That is the iPhone.
By choice.
Yes. And then my premium choice will be to have a secondary Android phone backing me up, running that beautiful OS,
Called
Lineage
Lineage
OS.
OS.
So he says he's having issues with his network on Lineage OS. How does he go around it?
He has to check. Now, off the top of my head, yes, it sounds like it's still being developed. The particular OS he's installed
running.
for his phone. So he has to go. I recommend XDA developers. That's X for xylophone developers. Look for that website, and very likely your phone model will be on there.
Yeah.
Well, we're not allowed to recommend websites like that.
No, we are.
You
We are.
can. It's
No,
technically.
No, it's just
You
It's
can.
just the first,
letter.
yeah, what you said.
Yeah.
The,
Well,
the
he
word
was
you
on
use
the
for
phone word.
X. is
Yeah.
the
X.
X
Well,
that you used.
Oh, right. I just realized.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Just
Then back on
just
topic.
go on. Just go on. Just go on.
Yeah, I recommend you go onto that website. Your phone model will be likely on there, and there will be a development thread about the current state of Lineage OS for your device, and it will tell you what the best version is to install if you want everything working, if such a version exists, or what is currently not working on your device, because it happens sometimes. Lineage comes out, a new Lineage comes out, put on your device,
so
and
nightly builds.
Nightly
yeah,
builds.
nightly
yes.
builds. But even some daily, even some monthly builds, and even full builds always might have limitations in there. Your Wi-Fi isn't working, your Bluetooth isn't
So basically,
working.
you should look for a build that is complete. Read the thread
Yes,
And
read
if
the
everyone
thread,
is
see the
saying-
comments, and then sometimes if the people are really organized, right then on the very first
Yeah.
page, it will tell you everything that's
working and
working and
what's
what's
not
not working.
So check XDA developers. It's the best place to go if you were a tinkerer, if you're a modder. Yeah.
Lineage forever.
He could
Pascal, I
also,
like your choice.
He was able to flash a Lineage OS via custom recovery, so he's a little privy to Odin. He can also Google and find out the modem.tar
That's
file.
if he's using a Samsung.
If he's using a
If he's
Samsung,
using a
well,
Samsung.
which is flexible enough, so he
Then
can,
he has to flash a different radio then.
yes, or a
Yeah.
modem.tar file, and then
that's
that should work for him.
So Pascal, that's your solution. So Insurado says Apple's FaceTime bug is not as fatal as batteries exploding.
Oh,
Are we still going back?
are we still going back to this? Is a jab.
This is unnecessary. We will not say anything about it. We shall move on as gentlemen.
You know,
Yeah,
I mean, Insura, yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
I mean,
We hear.
It's
We
a
hear.
home punch. I mean, we'll take it
Yeah.
like that.
it simply means that you're not allowed
Very
to
low
talk
blow.
loosely when your phone is around because you never know who may be
Who may be
listening.
listening.
But it's slightly better than one day waking up and discovering that, oh, you're on fire.
Well,
I mean, think about it.
You rather
What
wake
if-
up on burning.
I mean, I would rather see my phone blow up than be saying certain things that, there are certain people you don't want to have problems with.
and
Never
if you're
mind.
listening and you
Yeah.
want to call us, it's 0302-216-541. You can send us a WhatsApp 210-244-340-437.
But you did tell the listeners how to avoid the problem.
but Apple has actually blocked it on the server.
Yeah.
Yes,
So now you
they
can't
have.
make group FaceTime.
Yeah,
calls.
so basically it's only if you're running the latest iOS, that's iOS 12.
12.
And also if you have FaceTime enabled. If you're not doing either of those things, your secrets are safe.
Oh,
Wow, I actually had a
From
FaceTime
that-
appointment.
From that, I'm going to tell the person to use Google Hangout. Oh, sorry, it's not
sorry.
going to exist
Whoa.
for much
Yeah.
longer.
Hangout.
well,
But that was really
going down.
awesome. Why would Google kill Hangouts?
What doesn't Google kill?
They buried it.
Yeah, they killed Google Reader. They
I mean, they're
killed
about to
Google
kill
Trader.
Google Plus.
Google
too.
Plus.
Yeah. We have Benjamin on the line. Hello, Benjamin.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm very well, Benjamin.
Yes. This whole thing about Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram joining with the messenger, or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a good initiative, to make communication easier.
Right.
Yes. But at the same time, we should also be thinking about how to protect our data.
Okay.
Because we should not think that Facebook, because it's run by Mark Zuckerberg or whoever, cannot sell that data. People do all kinds of things to make money.
True.
Even employees within Facebook. Now, we have the Data Protection Authority here in Ghana,
Yes.
and I tried to read about them. But sorry to say that when I read about the board members, I didn't find technocrats in there, but just the Shraj boss, NCA boss, all these political appointees and all that. And if you compare ours to the UK, you see a huge difference. Even the data controllers are not listed on the website. So I don't know because they are mandated to register. Okay.
Yes.
So I don't know whether my data is protected if I give it to any company whatsoever, because there's no such information there. And if you look at it, how are they even resourced to be able to bring down Facebook to answer questions? I never heard any of these things going around in Africa. Your election data, everything today, people use all kinds of algorithms to get information about you once you provide that. So how are we being protected? Because we don't hear in our part of the world where we have the muscles like the European Union and elsewhere where they can call Facebook to answer questions. It never happens here. And so my question to your panel, how are we able to hold Facebook to account in our part of the world?
Right.
How are we able to hold Google? As for Google, they have an office here in Ghana. Microsoft has an office in Ghana. But if they breach your data, how are we going to hold them to account? Because the truth be told, are we that resourced to be able to think through and think and act like the Europeans? Because I think that when these things are being done, we should take away the politics and employ technocrats to do the job, because I'm not seeing anything. So I receive even this common text messaging. I complained to you some time back about these unsolicited text messages that you receive every day
from known companies. And the Data Protection Authority boss or the members of the board or the communications ministry that it falls under cannot tell me that they don't receive such messages. Then, of course, they are living in a world where we are not living in. Everybody in Ghana, even you yourself in the studio, can attest to that. You'll be receiving unsolicited text messages. So what is being done? So we are not being protected, even with this, our telephone numbers here within MTN, how do you call it?
Sure. In the coming weeks, we're going to have the data protection team here and we'll have that conversation. I'm very sure they'll be ready to answer all your questions about the data controllers and those who have been sending these unsolicited messages. So just stay tuned, as you always do, Benjamin. Thank you very much for calling. And we have Mike on the line. Hello, Mike.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Mike.
Yes. To begin with, I'm not a tech savvy, so I expect you to break it down to my level.
No problem.
I have an iPhone 8 Plus, and it constantly goes off and on automatically.
Right.
And sometimes goes off for 24 hours until you charge it, and it comes back. I don't know what the problem is. What should I do?
Okay, so our experts will answer that in a very short while.
Okay.
Thank you for calling, Mike. So, yeah, Benjamin, our regular caller.
Yeah.
He has some very, very, very
interesting. I mean, these are things we've said. I mean, if the technocrats weren't called, there's not anything we can do, is there? It's not much we can do about that. So we did. But if they call, we will show up.
Definitely.
But if we
but they
called,
did, when they were planning for the data protection.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah,
yes.
They called a lot of people to run stuff like that by them. I personally think that, yes, Benjamin is right. Most of the tech-related industries in Ghana should have technocrats backing them. But we find that doesn't really happen in this country.
Yeah.
And some of them do have certain qualifications, but do they understand what's happening now? That's a question for the gods.
But at the same time, credit where credit is due to the Data Protection Agency. They have been actually taking their work very seriously. Even though they are not necessarily staffed by technocrats, they do work with technocrats and do take the work they are doing quite seriously. As we'll find out in the coming weeks with Data Protection Week. And another thing that also he raised out is he's also wondering that what happens when a big company like Facebook then starts messing with your data. Now, it's not much, but it is a starting point. But last year, a law was passed in the EU called the
GDPR.
Exactly.
So
that.
Hold on. We've got a caller on the line. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for calling Geek Squad.
Sure. And it's nice program listening to all the time.
Thank you very much.
Sure. I have a small problem with a phone I bought for a lady friend.
Right.
That's Samsung Galaxy Grand Plus.
Okay.
The memory is very small. That is, the storage is 8 gigs, and the RAM is 1.5, which is very fast.
Yeah.
But there have been some apps on it which is taking much of the space, and they are not necessary. Yet the system does not allow you to delete them.
Yeah.
Rather, it only enables you to, you can only disable it, but you can't even uninstall it from the phone. What do I do?
Okie dokie. Thank you very much for calling.
Let me add this. Let me add this, please.
Sure.
It's like it's customized to Africa. So it's like most of the apps have been streamlined with what most people use here. And I don't think all the apps are what everybody needs. Like this Office and other Samsung Cloud that comes with it and other storage facilities. You can't delete them or uninstall them. What do I do?
Okay, thank you very much, Nee, for calling. Our experts will answer that in a bit. So, back to, you were talking about GDPR quickly, then we move to the iPhone 8.
I was saying that. So, what generally happens with big international companies like Google and Facebook and all is that they always refer to the strictest law when it comes to worldwide enforcement.
Yeah.
Granted, Africa is not covered by GDPR, but if there is a data breach or an abuse of data, we are capable of calling them out and saying, look, come and account for this thing that's happening. It's happening over the world. That is why Facebook is in such big problems now, because they've had massive data breaches and abuses of their data, even in the US where GDPR doesn't exist. But Zuckerberg is getting up and answering questions about what is happening with their data, and shareholders are responding, and Facebook shares are going down. So, granted, it hasn't happened to us yet, but it's not to say that our situation is completely hopeless. Of course, mind you, also worried about how much of your data they have. They have everything already if you have a Facebook profile. So don't worry about that. It's too late for you. If you're asking this question now, in the years, Facebook has been around for years, long before we started worrying about where our data went. So they have it, and it's being done. And forget, even if you decide you won't feed it to them, other people will feed it to them for you. So the best you can do is manage your own affairs, but the damage is done, pretty much.
To add to what Michael said, when it comes to accountability, the first thing is we need to be able to determine the fact that there was a breach.
Yes.
Right.
And quantify.
Once it has been found out, the law takes precedence. So the issue should be, will we be able to detect data breach? And I feel like Wikwanas is the best person to answer that.
Well, that's very serious because I think we don't have much experts here, to dig into phones. Like, for instance, if you have a phone that is logged and, it's been used in a certain kind of crime that you need the data from it, the procedure to go through to get that data is something, But
the E-Crime Bureau actually does that.
Yes, but, in Ghana here, it's just those who have never been to school. The street boys, repairing and, flashing these mobile phones and things. They are the best people who can really do that. So, actually, we don't have it in Ghana because they are not being employed.
iPhone 8. Before we talk about that, we've also got another
Sorry,
call
to answer Mike's question.
Another call, huh?
We've got another caller, so hold it.
Cool.
Hello, Ajimai. Hi. Good evening.
You are fine. Yeah, I want to ask a short question.
Sure.
When you go to Google and you are trying to access something on the Google, then maybe they say enter your password. They realize that when you enter wrong password, they will tell you it's wrong password. But when you use another device to check on something in the Google there, they will tell you that after you finish, they will tell you somebody has tampered with your account. If it is you, let us know. So they don't want to tell, they don't know if it is you who tampered with or someone else. When it happens to be a password, they're able to know that your password is not right.
Okay, I think I understand your question.
Yeah,
thank you. So let's quickly deal with the iPhone 8, then we go to the Galaxy.
All right, so Mike, it's very likely, hopefully it's not a hardware problem, you're really going to be in trouble. So the simplest thing to do would just be to reinstall your iOS on your phone.
So do a restore.
Yeah,
he did mention that he's not tech savvy, so I have to break it down.
So I have to break it down.
I'm also thinking he should look into the battery.
The battery,
it also does sound like a battery issue, but it's a 10 Max. That's
8
plus.
A plus.
Yes.
Okay, if it's a plus, then it's not as new. So probably do go to town and get the battery checked out.
Before that, do a backup. Try a restore.
Do a backup first. That is the most important.
iTunes on your laptop. Connect your phone to your laptop. Open iTunes. Do a backup, and then you'd see somewhere at the top there where it says restore. And then do a restore of the phone. After the restore, if the problem is still prevalent, then you might want to go
a hardware issue.
Yeah, your battery checked. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So now the Galaxy Grand Prime. Now, before we even started the show, I was talking about budget phones and memory.
Yeah.
And this just came up.
Yes.
I'm a prophet.
Well, I would say that with the apps, their system apps.
Yeah.
And unless you root it, I don't think you can get them out. Yeah.
Yes,
you first have to root the device and then you can
flash a custom ROM possibly.
Yeah, before you get
flash a clean ROM.
Yeah. Okay, so that was Knee, right?
Yes.
So Knee, if you're listening, the system apps, you really cannot remove them. Best thing to do is to flash a custom ROM or root the phone and then remove those applications. I know that sounds like a lot, so you may have to look for your closest friend who is a tech savvy person who can do this. If not, yeah.
Buy him.
I mean, does the phone have memory card slots? I mean, if it does,
it does. But I've tried that before, It doesn't allow you to move.
You
apps.
cannot move.
Yes,
it
you can't
to-
move apps. Yes, but you can.
Previous phones could allow you.
Yeah, but you can
move-
offload.
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
You know the annoying part of this?
What?
An app like Facebook comes to sit on your phone and it bloats.
Yes.
Yes.
WhatsApp sits on your phone and it
It
bloats.
bloats.
So you
Mm.
might be moving stuff to the memory card,
But
your
it's still,
phone is running
yeah.
out of space.
Well, that's you clean up your chats.
Me, just follow us on the live stream, the Facebook live stream. You see our Telegram group link there. Come in there. The experts there like Pandora's Box, Kwikwan Nancy, Winston, who can help you, walk you through fixing this problem on your phone. So we've got another data protection comment over here. Someone says, good evening. I want to know how people got my contact. And in a day, I have about 10 messages and more from loan companies and from loan people. I don't know how they harass you with their loan giving. That's from Ama Injolu. This loan thing, I think all these people who've been receiving these messages should put them together, go see the Data Protection Commission for them to have something done about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they can definitely trace it back to which services.
With
giving them.
his phone number being had, they can brute force the numbers, automatically and check
And then
within, and then put it through. And
blast
also,
through.
most of them use their number to register for Facebook, and there are harvesters that can harvest
Just go and
all
harvest
those
those
numbers.
numbers.
Yeah.
Well, that is also true.
Yes, that is also.
So
true.
if you're on, and I've been seeing that. I don't understand why people go on social media or on the internet and are comfortable to write their emails and phone numbers in the comment section.
Yeah.
Do not do that. It's easy for harvesters, like Kwigwana said, to just go there and scour through there and find your email and your phone number, tie it to you, sell that database to a company who's
Spiky.
looking to market.
One
these
day,
things.
I searched my phone number on Facebook, and you know where I found it?
Where did you find it?
On a billboard.
Oh,
Wait,
Yes.
on a billboard?
Actually, the number inside the billboard with all extra things, it showed me that my number is there. That's the only number that appeared on
Yeah.
Facebook. But
What are you selling?
well, it was phones, and I said, there's repair
Wow.
things and so on. And
So,
yeah.
are we suggesting people should Google their phone numbers?
I mean, it will be fun.
It's worth a try.
Yeah.
It's worth a
Yes.
try.
I think
Google
it's
your
great.
name.
Google your name.
Google your name,
No,
yes.
if you Google your name,
Your
you know
name-
you'll find your
Your
name.
name, but your number.
Easier.
Meaning they have a system that can detect
Google your personal
any
details.
pixel.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Your nickname.
What comes up. Yeah.
Your phone number, your maiden name,
Everything.
everything. Google everything about you. See where it is.
Not your
But
shoe.
also-
Not your shoe size though. That won't work.
Kwekwana also raised a particular good issue concerning Facebook.
Yeah.
When you're setting up Messenger, it gives you the option to merge your text,
Yes,
your
yes, yes.
inbuilt text, and that is easy for your number to be saved.
I mean, if
so
you're
easy.
if you're talking about Facebook and being able to track people, look at the number. When the Cambridge Analytica issue came up, they said they had over 200,000 data points
Yeah.
on
Yes.
each American
Yes.
citizen. In Ghana, it's the same. Okay, so this is an experience I had recently on Skype. Where now Skype recommends people you may know,
Yes.
and these are people I haven't
Amazing, yes.
connected to them in any way, and I'm looking to it. These are actually people I know. So don't worry.
Hi,
Don't.
Geek Squad. I'm Amma from Tantra Hill. I use a MacBook Pro. I used to download free apps from the App Store, but recently I wanted to download some free apps as well, and it kept telling me about my billing information for payment. How can I get over this? Thanks. You haven't experienced this before. When you try to download a free app and it asks for your billing information,
Doesn't that mean that the app
The app
has
is-
a
no,
has a
in-app
pay.
paying
No.
system?
it does. I have experienced this thing before,
Interesting.
and surprisingly, we had to call Apple.
Oh.
And
All the way.
Yeah, that was my boss, and he was on the phone for almost 45 minutes
That's a
What
because
time?
he tried to add his billing information and wouldn't
Yeah.
even work.
45 minutes is cool. We've been on the phone for 2 hours with Adobe before.
Okay,
Quite
so
stressful.
Amma from Tantra Hill. I think that you'd have to contact Apple, and they'd be able to help you because this issue is something someone has experienced before. Apple will be able to help you with that. Lineage. So someone said Lineage OS issue is probably a baseband issue. Very true. Probably is a baseband issue. I've got lots of messages coming. Hello guys, I'm having issues upgrading my MacBook Pro to the latest where did I go? To the latest OS. What should I do? It's talking about Mojave.
Yeah, Mojave. Don't you get you get a notification for
Yeah.
these
You
kind
get
Or
of
you go to the App
notification.
Store and search for it.
yeah.
Yes.
It's in the App Store. So just go to the App Store. Or maybe having a different problem, you might want to tell us more. I have an unlocked Busy MiFi. For some reason, I don't get internet access when I insert an MTN SIM, but I get internet access with all other networks. Can you please recommend a solution? That's Raymond from Tema.
Isn't that the price you pay for an unlocked?
or get to a tall building.
He says all other SIMs
Sims
except for
above.
MTN. So
Yeah, so
You know the bands are
probably-
different.
Yeah,
yes, the
so it's probably
bandwidths
The
are
bands
different.
are different, so it probably
Yes.
is the reason. The
Mm.
4G band for MTN is
MTN is-
different from
yes.
the 4G band for.
Oh yeah, I remember because when the OnePlus 3, a friend of mine had the OnePlus 3 and he couldn't get on 4G with MTN at the time.
Yeah, it's a band issue.
Yeah.
So you might want to get a different router, no? So
well, there's a settings there, you know.
yeah, and the
Instead of
settings.
using 4G directly, you can just put it on auto.
auto.
So that it
so it
chooses
switches
the-
between
If the other networks are working, it means it's on auto because
It's
the
on
other
auto,
networks are
yes,
not 4G.
on the same level.
So
yes.
if they can go to 3G and 2G, means that it already is on auto. So we've got a message from Bright, Alexandria, Virginia, USA. I am using a Sony Xperia A1 Ultra running Android 8.0. Recently, it's been affected by this ad choices which pop up every 5 minutes. How do I stop it? It's definitely an ad.
Yes.
An app.
It's
An app. It's
yes.
one of your apps. Yeah.
One of your apps. You should
Go
check
through
through the
your
recently
app list.
installed apps. and
I always say
Something
this.
very recent.
There are certain apps you really don't need.
Yes.
Why do you install them? Like
because
why?
it's free.
Like the sticker app. I have a big problem with the sticker
Yeah, we
app.
do. We all do. Okay, I do.
Spike, I want to put something across.
Sure.
You see, there was a caller who was talking about when he logs into his Gmail account, he finds out that it tells
we
him
skipped that
yeah,
one.
it's not good, and then later on. Well, I should tell him that the cafes or things, you know, the network where you are,
Mm.
people can poison the DNS, you know.
You want to
And-
break that down?
Yep.
What
Okay.
does that mean? Poison.
Well,
the
they will
DNS?
just redirect, you know, you will not be going to real Gmail address, you know. You'll be going to the one they've set up.
Right.
Yep.
Mm.
They,
Kind of like a phishing attack.
yeah,
Mhm.
Mm.
most of them are phishing attacks.
Okay.
Inside wherever, if you're on a wireless, if there's another person who wants to
yes,
do
who
that
wants
on
to
the
do
same
that.
network,
And it normally
Yeah,
happens on
redirect.
public.
Public
Yep,
Wi-Fi.
this
Wi-Fi.
cafes,
Free
cafes,
public
and so on.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
How I understood his question to was that he didn't understand why what Google could actually tell that his password was wrong, and then when he gets a notification that someone tried to enter into his account, they couldn't tell him who or you know what I mean? I guess how I understood. So Kobe and hi, how do I back up my iPhone? That's Kojo.
iTunes. It's that simple.
So just install iTunes on your computer, connect your phone to your computer, open iTunes, go to your iPhone on the iTunes tab, click on it, you'll see backup. You choose either you want to back up to the computer or you want to back up to the cloud.
Yeah, but be very careful. iTunes and iPhones are very funny. You
Yeah.
could end up
Oh, they
wiping
can't-
your phone.
Yes, wiping your phone.
So just click backup. Don't click anything else.
That erase sync at the bottom of the
Yes.
Yes.
The sync.
Yes.
Don't click
Don't
sync.
Just click backup. Avoid sync like the plague. So recently, so recently had the 10 years. Okay, let me start from the beginning. Over the week, a foreign number was calling Ghana numbers. Did y'all experience it, and what's your take on it? No, I didn't. Did
No,
any
I
of you?
didn't.
No.
No.
Nope.
Must have been a nice.
Okay, me, my phone always does.
I barely get calls from Ghanaian numbers anyway, so
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Recently had the 10 years challenge, and almost everybody jumped on the trend. Didn't we just freely give the internet information for face recognition? That's William from North Legon.
You raised that issue.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm.
we saw,
we already spoke about it. Like,
Yeah.
it's the damage has
they
been
don't
done.
even need
They don't-
that.
They don't even
Yeah,
need
they don't need
it.
it.
They
We
already
don't think
have
so.
the
I
data
mean,
they need.
I can go as far as saying that they could probably predict what you would look like in the next 10
You
years.
don't have to
Yes.
go as
Yeah.
far.
You don't have to-
I did test Google Photos with that. I
Yeah.
uploaded my childhood photo and my photo from now. And you know you can tag yourself and your photos in Google Photos.
Mhm.
I tagged myself. I went to search for me, and my photo from my childhood was there. And I didn't look anything like I look now. I mean, I obviously do not have a beard and
Yeah.
the pineapple I have on my head.
Are you sure?
Really.
Well, I did some, but you know, the picture I took was just from the same Facebook.
Obviously,
You know what to do.
do. You are Kwekwana and say nobody knows what you look like. You're a ghost. Even Google will be surprised to see you on the internet. Like, I'm sure if Google saw Kwekwana and say on the internet, they probably go and check their databases. We've been breached.
Yeah.
No, I have a private life.
You'll be looking for 8-legged spider.
I took his picture when I came into the studio, and my phone wiped itself out.
So, I
Interesting.
not believe that.
I'm using Huawei Y65U32. When I take a picture or video, they disappear after a few minutes
Oh.
from my phone.
So
Are
you
you sure
see,
you didn't
you
take a
take a
picture
picture
of
of
Kwekwana? My memory card is not full. What could be the problem? That's Kobe from Achimota.
I think that happened with the Pixel before they fixed that,
Mm.
where pictures were just disappearing. Well, I don't really know about Huawei. and they.
Sometimes if you are using a China memory card.
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
yes.
That's it.
If you're not using an
If you're not
authentic,
using
yes.
an original memory.
Yeah, it tells you 20, or it tells you like 256 gig, but it's only like 200 megabytes, even less. Yeah.
There are 4 gig memory cards that are actually 128 megabytes.
Yes.
So you
Far less.
probably just exceeded. Try this memory card, put it in an adapter, put it in a computer, and try and format it, and let's see how many gigs you really
Yes,
have.
it'll probably reduce to its
I remember
original
someone
size.
buying an external drive, and when he opened it, it was a pen drive inside it.
Oh, I have those pictures. They made it heavier
pen drive
with weights.
Yeah, with nails and
Yeah, some metal
bolts
to
in
give it
there to
weight.
give it a weight.
And it was actually a 2 gig pen drive. Hey guys, I'm using an iPhone, and for some reason all my Apple devices are not opening specific websites. How do I resolve this? That's for Stina. What's with iPhones lately?
And all sorts of specific
Well, maybe it's
websites.
cute. You know, sometimes if the SSLs and other things are dead from that
When you
side,
do some of these
Apple
times,
might
you
not
really have to
allow
break it down. SSL, like super solid,
let's say secured, a secured network, a secured website.
I mean, another thing is it could be from Safari, because I know when they were dropping the updates for the new iOS and then Mojave and everything, they talked about the fact that they are taking data protection very seriously. So there are certain websites and certain things that you'll not be able to access. Even they've taken it to the point where, there's some websites that have the Facebook plugin and everything, where when you said something, actually on the down loose ends information to Facebook, they can track you. They clamped up on down on
you
that.
might want to try a different browser.
Yeah, Chrome.
So try Chrome on your phone.
I mean, who uses
Or
Safari,
Firefox.
to be honest?
Yeah, or Firefox.
Yeah.
This guy, I'm beginning to create a profile about Mike right now. Like he's the
Beginning to.
Yeah, like I've always thought you were in the middle, but now I know you are far left. Cause like Lineage OS, Firefox.
But I use an iPhone.
You see why it's like,
one leg.
you're just-
I mean, to be honest, he uses
What's nice?
jailbroken iPhone. So.
Oh, that's why it's a one leg.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's
So Pascal
why do
was
you think
back.
it's a crutch that works?
Pascal says, I called earlier about Lineage OS. He has a Galaxy S5, so yeah, with model number G900P. Isn't that the Sprint
That's a
model?
Sprint, yes.
That definitely is a Sprint model. And also have the XDA app as well. Pascal, G900P definitely Sprint, so it means that it's global. So CDMA and GSM. You might want to check your modem firmware.
I actually had a G900P as well. I had this problem. The baseband was corrupted. I flashed the stock ROM and still it wasn't. So I had to dig in and then find the modem file. That will work for you. Flash the modem file via Odin. You should be good.
How
So,
amazingly
Pascal-
lucky you are.
Yeah. Yeah, he's very lucky. Hey geeks, I'm Kelvin from Sotom. I tried to download a game with you. It goes Kelvin, I really would like to help you, but my employers would not be happy if I taught people how to pirate. So I'm very sorry. 99%, all I can say is seeds.
Yeah, seeds. There's
Seeds.
dropped.
Then that's it.
Most of these
because
things they
there's a-
download
there's
on
a
these
very-
YouTube
There's a very
torrents
big
and
guy in the
viruses.
Joy FM
Yeah.
jacket behind
Yeah,
us.
Lest we're being hauled for promoting private. So she's Victoria says, Faustina says, Chrome is not working. Even Victoria's Secret, she says my favorite Victoria's Secret is not opening. She's tried Chrome, still not working.
It could also be security settings on the phone itself or on the network she's using. So it might be out of her control. So not likely the phone, because that would require her giving it up unless she gave it to someone who may have tampered with her security and then may have blocked certain sites. But it could be likely if you're on Wi-Fi, maybe whoever is running the Wi-Fi connection may have blocked certain websites as well.
Oh, she should
So you
try
probably-
and install a free VPN and see whether she can.
Yeah. So Faustina, install a free VPN. Go to the App Store, look for a VPN, install it, and follow the instructions. Run it and try and access these websites.
I mean,
hopefully, it should work. Or
a simple look is to check your parental lock settings. I mean, like you said, someone could have taken your phone and just
set up some
yeah,
parental lock. Just go to settings and then search for parental lock settings.
and just
Luckily now they have search in settings. It used to be very difficult.
Oh,
Yes.
When you get these calls, you have to be like, tell me what you're seeing.
How far down did you scroll?
Yeah. So wow.
Oh, we have a book.
No. Those are old mess. I have an Infinix Note 2. After watching the video or looking at the received photo, once it fades out, can't watch the video again. What's the problem? Ajiman Joseph, Community 9 in Tema.
Don't use Snapchat.
Infinix the power bank.
Infinix, definitely I'm not sure he's using Snapchat.
What?
So when he looks at a received photo, once it fades out, he can't watch the video again. So it means that the video app is probably crashing, or whichever app that he's watching this in is crashing after the video is done playing.
Or it could also be another corrupted memory issue.
True.
So what should he do?
Well,
a very, very
clear
hard
cache.
reset.
They should first
Clear
clear
cache,
cache
yes.
of the application.
He can even clear data. It wouldn't wipe
clear
his
data.
If you go clear your data on WhatsApp, you're losing all your messages.
yeah.
Well, yes, but
Yeah.
in a video application or a gallery application,
I'm sure
you clear
since he said
data.
received photo is definitely going to
From
be
a text.
Please, if it is your
from
WhatsApp, please don't clear your data. You
Yeah.
can only clear cache and reboot your
Go
phone.
to your gallery app in your settings. So go to your settings, look for apps, look for your gallery app. In the apps, open it. You should see a sub menu called storage.
Yes.
Under storage, you will see cache. Do not clear, data. Clear cache only. I repeat, do not clear data on any app in your.
Unless you want to.
Unless you want to.
I
Yes.
mean, disclaimer: if you do clear data and you lose all your messages, we did warn you. Do not clear data. I can clear cache for any of your applications. It frees their bowels, if I should put it that way, and then
Well,
lets them.
I wanted
get
to
their
tell him
senses
You
to,
could
back.
just say
use
that's-
the, what do you call it? The keys, So
Do a
instead
hard
of
reset.
not a hard reset, there is a clear cache.
yeah,
there's a
double
clear
cache.
cache option.
Yes,
Yes,
that will
cache
clear
and-
almost all the apps.
So in the recovery,
Yeah.
Yes.
so
That, if he's tech savvy, he can do that.
But it's an Infinix. Getting to recovery on an Infinix
It's difficult.
is very difficult.
It is difficult.
It's very difficult. You need an expert. If you're not able to do, so he says even from WhatsApp.
Even from WhatsApp.
So I was right. So you have to clear your cache.
Please
If
don't
you
clear
can't
data.
do this, follow the Geek Squad group on Telegram. Experts, they there all day, every day. They'll help you. Sometimes they're busy, saving the world. Some of them are undercover superheroes, driving Nissan Tundras, but they will help you. I can assure you of that.
Sailing Nissan Tundra.
Sailing
Sailing
Nissan Tundra.
Nissan across the high seas of Ghana.
Across the Atlantic. We're almost out of time. Let me see how many more messages we have to read. And Inshira says, Hangouts was porous than the village drunk's mouth.
That
my
is
goodness.
mean.
Inshira, please,
Inshira-
on your location. I want to have a chat with you face to face.
Inshira, you're just, man, why? So, hello guys, want to know why my Camon X mostly struggles to handle Snapchat? Jerry inside or Yarifa? Snapchat is quite memory heavy. So, yeah, it's very difficult for
Some phones to handle.
For some
Yeah.
phones to handle it. It's right again. Doesn't the Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp merger create a certain antitrust situation like that of the browser wars of the late 90s, early 2Ks?
I mean, the antitrust was, there's a lot of them now. There are a lot of, even Apple is possibly facing an antitrust.
Oh,
issue.
and Tim Cook was so bold to say
I know, right?
that
They should bring the GDPR,
to
rules
America.
to America.
Oh,
And then
wow.
and then he got into
Wow.
his company had a problem.
Shoot
I
yourself in the
mean, you are
foot.
given 72 hours to report the issue, and I've forgotten the duration to fix it. After which you have, but if you don't report it within the period, that's when they fine you immediately.
Oh, yeah, and they can fine you up to the tune of 4% of what you have earned that whole year.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Apple went $1 trillion last year.
Last
So
year, so if
if-
they're finding 4%, that's a lot of money.
That's
I
a
mean,
lot of
Google
money.
got fined $4 billion,
yes,
and they just got fined again.
again,
57 million euros.
but yeah, but I mean, it's back and forth constantly. Their lawyers will be at it.
I wish I was a government.
This thing isn't going to end.
No.
No,
But you
this
see,
is-
another problem. The article, the
What
one that-
article?
The one that says we can't
yeah, source.
source
Stuff
stuff
from-
anymore. Yeah,
from people.
that is that's even more worrying coming from Europe.
Right,
But that's the
they-
thing.
we
They,
will
they have,
talk
they,
about
they have
data.
so much data that they actually leave their web. This one's portals open.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Most of the big companies that were hacked recently, they just had it open. Just
Security
free.
password. What's the password? Password.
Password.
You know.
Oh yeah,
Password
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
Admin
Yes.
and password spelled backwards.
Oh, that's
Oh,
a
that-
lot
that's
of-
actually-
that's
that's
cool
work.
password.
That's
Oh,
work
that's
done.
smart.
That's work.
That
That's
is
work
smart.
I've
That's
actually
not
used
back.
that. I've used
Yeah.
that password
You
for a
just gave
while.
yourself away.
But I've used.
On that bombshell, we have to bring the show to a close. My name is Kobe Spike Ingram. I've been doing this with,
Winston, who is still looking for money to go to MWC, so don't forget.
and your Twitter handle is.
Mr. _WOTSE.
And then the Majestic.
Michael M. Ajete Majestic on Twitter. Please come by my Nissan Tundra.
Spell
I am begging you.
Majestic.
Majestic.
Spell it.
Magic Ajete.
Whatever.
Nikose, Twitter handle is at Dr. Screech, and you can call me Positive Pandora's Box as well.
And then the Kukwanasi, who doesn't have social media?
Yeah,
I'm on social media as at The Real Spiky. This show was produced by Dela Glam. He's not feeling too well, so he hasn't been running around flinging his hands in the air like he usually does. Supported by Abeku Sankofi, Selwyn, Fori, and then Dennis the Fair Boy. You guys always hold us down. Thank you guys for coming as usual. If you want a Q&A again, it's next month, end of the month. Until then, see you guys next week.